Okay, so normally I'll just go straight into the conversation. Um, I don't really wait for anyone to come online. I just go ahead and do my video live. Hey guys, this is Northern Nicole, and welcome to SUDS N Skin Raw Juice Soapery in the garden. And today I am showing some of my woo woo woo. Y'all, two of them bees over there was fighting. Two bees was in my tree fighting. Okay, I don't want them to sting me because I got stung a couple weeks ago by a beehive that was in the greenhouse, and I should have smoked out the greenhouse before I came in the greenhouse, and I didn't. So I don't want to get stung today for anything. So I know it's 8 o'clock in the morning and a lot of people is not up as yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can just do this live thing real quick. Um, Very short, very sweet. I am going to harvest some lemon balm today. So this is lemon balm. I'm gonna harvest this lemon balm. I'm gonna harvest some stinging nettle because I need the seed from the stinging nettle. And I'm gonna look and see what's going on with the rest of the kale. Some of my kale, this is the what, lion's kale, I think. I need to harvest some of them. I like to eat them when I come out in the garden. Um, so I don't know what's going on with my tree today. So if you can see right here, like something is eating it, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray it down today. This is a bean that is trying to thrive up, but it seems like something trying to eat it out also. Okay, so my cucumber tree is over here, and the good thing, I'm noticing that tomatoes are thriving again. Some of them fell. I'm not a big tomato person, guys. Good morning. I'm not a big tomato person, but I do have different varieties of tomatoes in the tree, in the greenhouse. So we have a lot of cucumbers that's coming up. These are the long cucumbers that's coming up again. So I have a lot of cucumbers to eat from. And I juice cucumbers a lot. So, oops, that would be a good thing. I should have never moved it because there's another cucumber over here that's trying to come up. So they're all hidden. There's more cucumbers. They're hidden behind these right there in the greenhouse area. So it's around 7 or 8 cucumbers that's coming up. And then the eggplant I have in the greenhouse, there's a nice, beautiful eggplant that is growing right there. And I'm waiting to harvest that. So the fig tree, guys, I had a whole bunch of fig from the fig tree, and they were sweet this year. So my experience with growing fig tree in Washington, D.C., which is zone 7, has been a beautiful thing. And as you can see right here, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of trim this down right here. And the reason why I'm going to trim this down or pick some leaf, because I'm going to tell you, this fig tree is amazing. When you get your fig tree, guys, do not hesitate to grow it in a 10-gallon, 50-gallon, 100-gallon container. It's going to give you what you ask for. Here goes some other tomatoes that are growing. And my fig here in Washington, D.C. this year, this fig is so sweet and it's still growing. Even though I harvest a lot of the figs, they're still growing. So don't hesitate to get your fig tree and get your fig tree now. If you start your fig the first year, by the second year, you're going to get a good yield. And the reason why I say you'll get a good yield, because fig tree is not that hard. However, I use the 515, I think, 511. I use the 511, and that's all I use. The the fig tree down here, I'm getting to it. I put it in this container, and the container is around, throw some soil on top of it, because the soil is what grows it. So every week I will go and throw some more soil on it, and I get the fish emulsion. So the fish emulsion been growing this tree, and it needs water, and it needs a place where it can get sun. If you go closer, ooh, I didn't know I was in a cobweb, y'all. Ooh, I'm in a cobweb. Look, you see the web? Look at that web. Ooh, let me step back because I don't want to get caught in a web now. Almost got caught in the web. So the tomatoes, I grow the tomato in this dome container. I need to throw some more soil on there. If you notice, it's growing pretty good. Um, we also have another tomato over here. This is a Jamaica sorrel. I'm waiting for this Jamaica sorrel to give me at least my first yield. I see it coming up over here. So hopefully it's going to give me my first yield. And then we have these little baby kumquats. It's so many kumquats orange that I have on the tree this year. And I think it's beautiful to be in zone 7, Washington, D.C. area, and have so many kumquats on the tree. What I do with the leaves, I dry them in the wintertime, and I use them for making soap, and I drink them as a tea, and I put them in my bath water, and it's really good for that in the wintertime. And then the whole process start over again. So I'm gonna go over the cucumber, because I know this is not stable. So let's go over here where the cucumber area is. There's another cucumber that I'm really loving. I have been growing this and harvesting this and making juice off this cucumber. However, I noticed that this is occurring, but I have something to mix and spray, because this look like mealy powder. Yeah, that's like, looks like it's a disease, but it doesn't affect the cucumber because I test the cucumber. So we have more cucumber. Let me go ahead and harvest this big one right here. Ooh, this is a huge cucumber right here. So that's what we're talking about. This is the size of a real cucumber right here. And I'm gonna just harvest that. There is a couple more on this side, and I'm gonna harvest on that side too. This right here is the chayote. This is the chayote tree, and it comes all the way up. My mom told me to kind of leave it alone, let it kind of give me some food. So I'm gonna leave it alone. And then we have the turmeric over there. The turmeric is doing pretty good, so I'm gonna leave the turmeric until October so it can, give me a good yield. But this baby right here, I'm gonna harvest it, throw it in right there, and I have more to harvest on this side. I have a very, very small area for my gardening, so I garden whatever I can possibly eat on a daily basis for myself, and any leftovers I'll give them away. The main thing that got my attention this year is the fig tree. And the fig this year was very sweet. And I think it's ready to, yep, it is ready to eat. As we can look at it, it's ready to pick and eat. But I have around 50 fig from the tree, and there is a lot more that's coming down on the tree also. So that's gonna be a good thing for me. And it's time to also get these kumquats. I'm waiting for them to turn. If they don't turn, I'm gonna just go ahead and harvest them. Guys, I'm in the garden, so don't pay attention to my nails. I am in the garden, and I'm also, my pomegranate tree, the pomegranate is just barely, it's just doing its thing. By next year, I think this will be better. Next year, I'm gonna put this in a bigger pot, so it will be okay. The kumquat tree, however, that's in a big pot. So, and it's been growing new vine. So right here, because I'm learning a lot about kumquat. These are new vines. You see that? And I hear someone say you can cut it and propagate them. So this is new, and this one is new. And then the branch, this is a new branch. So I bought this one right here, and it's growing new branches. But it's so many kumquat on the tree. Look at that. It's just flourishing with a lot of kumquat. Guys, look at that. I don't know what to do, but I'm following the instruction of fertilizing so I can get a good yield of kumquat. I don't have the best video out here. I mostly pay attention to mostly herbs. So I have a lot of herbs. This right here is stevia. And if you guys know about stevia, stevia is a sugar plant. And this sugar plant is sweet. I actually pick it in the morning and throw it in my tea so I can have something in my tea to drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and another cucumber. I have juice in my cucumbers, guys. And do I need to harvest another one? I'll just wait. I'll wait. There's more to harvest. There's more cucumbers to harvest. But I'm just gonna wait. And pepper. I need to put soup. So what I do is I will come out here and pick stuff to cook. And I'm not taking everything off the tree because I just basically eat them on a daily basis. And I'm gonna get some lemon balm. I'm gonna harvest. A client of mine's asked me, can she get some lemon balm? So I'm gonna harvest the lemon balm, put it in the dry freezer, and I will mix it with some green tea. She wants lemon balm, lemongrass, and green tea together. So I'm gonna mix that together so she can have this beautiful lemon balm that we grow in here. Guys, this is valerian. And if you know about valerian, valerian is something that makes you go to sleep. And it's really good. So yes, I grow valerian in my backyard. Give me a second, guys. I grow valerian in the backyard because it's really good to grow. This one right here is an echinacea. And I think this is gonna grow in the winter, but I will check. See, this is echinacea. I grew it as a seedling, so I'm waiting for it to get to that point. And then we have yarrow. I'm gonna cut some parsley, and then I'm gonna cut some kale. More kale over here. There is some more kale, and while I harvest these kale, I'm going to also grow some more kale because this side I'm gonna turn it into an additional greenhouse for the winter. that have cabbage and kale, because those things can grow in the wintertime. Let's, ooh, look, we seen a bumblebee here. Okay, see? Look, you see that, guys? I don't even know what's on my pepper. But this pepper, I grew it 3 years ago, and it harvests every year. So you don't have to cut your pepper tree because it will grow. And these beautiful pepper right here are from a Scotchabani pepper that we have in Jamaica, and it grows every year. Um, the yarrow, I have a big yarrow plant inside, and I mean in the beginning of the house. So this yarrow right here. Thanks you guys for stopping by. I drink this yarrow. Yarrow is really good for a lot of health benefits. You can always check it out. It is really, really good for a lot of health benefits. And this pepper, when I harvest the seed, I will give away free seed if you guys want me to send you free seed. It's not spicy. When you use it in your pot, I actually use it in a cold and flu shot that we make for the winter time, and we just cut the pepper up and put it in there with some other stuff like horseradish and stuff like that. So anyone wants me to send them some free seeds, I can send you free seed. This is a third generation year, so it's been planting for 3 years in this right here. It's a fabric, and as you can see, if you look at the root, I actually need to get some more soil and put it on there. It did have a little bit of deficiency, but I caught the deficiency, and when I caught up on the deficiency, it's more like it's water deficient. And as you can see, if I pick the soil up, see the soil is dry, so it needs some water. And also, if you have a little bit too much fertilizer, then or if it's deficient in some type of nutrient, maybe it's like a vitamin C, so I'll just sprinkle some vitamin C on there. But yeah, it's yellow, so it's not only deficient, but it's also need water. You can see that need water. My kale, they're wonderful. I'm gonna harvest these kale because I have more kale that I want to drop. And then if you look at this is another eggplant. So look at how many eggplants I'm about to get. So I put the eggplant in this big bucket right here. And this area don't get too many sun. That's why I can grow these food over here, because they get partial sun. They might get like 4 hours sun to 6 hours sun a day, because we have a tree back here. So yeah, I might have this big old tree that is blocking my sun, but at the same time I still can grow certain food. So these eggplants, they are growing. I was wondering why my eggplant wasn't growing fast enough, and it come across that the reason why the eggplant was not growing because of the soil deficiency. And the soil deficiency that I was having was from last year. So I used this soil from last year and I gathered it together. But the thing was, I was noticing that there was a very high deficiency in growing my eggplant. I was like, the container is big enough, so why is the eggplant not growing the way I want to? And it came across that it's because there was a deficiency. So yes, the eggplant now is thriving. And if you notice, we're about to have some more eggplants. So this tree gives you, there's some eggplants, and look, there's some baby eggplants. So what I had to do with this soil, by the time I caught up on it, I mean, yes, we are in October, and we're about to be in September, but when I caught up on the soil deficiency, I actually put um, a lot of perlites. I put vermiculites in there. So I dig around this right here. So I dig around there, and I went down into the dirt, and I put the nutrition into the dirt. Once I found out I was not growing any eggplant, because my eggplant will grow to this and then it just dies out. So I had to figure it out what the main problem would have been. And the main problem was soil deficiency. So the soil that I used from last year, I actually bought the conditioned soil to actually put in, because it was told to me, oh, you don't need to buy new soil, just buy some soil condition and put it in there. Well, I'm gonna say this much: they say soil condition and then get you some cow manure. That was a lie. So I went and dig up some soil from the earth, and I dig around the perimeter right here, and I put some perlite in there, and I'll show you what I put in there. So I put the fish emulsion. That's one of the things that I put in there. And then in the bottom, I put some blood meal. And of course, I put some worm castor in there. And with that, I mix a little bit of peat moss and put the peat moss at the bottom. And with the peat moss at the bottom, I put bone meal. So I put two different type of bone meal because it's very important. One is blood. As you can see, that's blood. And the other one is bone. So I use the bone meal and the blood meal. Okay. And I was hoping that it will give me a better result. And it did give me a better result. And then I had the amino acid. So I took a gallon of water with 1 tablespoon of amino acid, and I put this amino acid in there. And then all of a sudden, guess what, guys? My garden started being successful. This is what was told to me to buy to put in the garden. It's like a compost. It's a condition. Okay, so it's like a conditioned soil that you put in the garden. And that's what I did. It basically say increase nutrition ability, improve the soil structure, break up the clay soil that's in there, increase the microbial action, reduces the soil, engage deeper roots. That's what it's told. Improve the drought tolerance, and it's safe for kids. But it also tell you it's for all these things right here, and it tells you to mix how many portion you mix in the soil. I put this because I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of soil this year, and that's what I did. And I'm gonna tell you in additional what I also put in there to get that together. I pour 1 bag of this down into the soil mixer, which is the organic espoma seed starter. I mix it in there, and it actually worked. So you know, some people might say, oh, you know, it's different, but that actually worked. And also the cactus, I took a little bit of cactus soil and I mixed the succulent soil, even though the succulent soil is not for that, but yes, it worked. I mixed a little bit of succulent soil in there, and then I got 1 bag of this. I put the succulent soil in there, and then I get the regular potty mix, and I put that, mix the potty mix with the Expoma, and then all of a sudden, this is what we're getting now. So hopefully it will actually last a little bit longer, and then I will have more yield on what's going on over here, because it was not giving me anything. So look at the beautiful, it looks like it's definitely giving me what I need to get, and I'm happy. So I can throw some kale seed in here because winter time is coming. And I did the same thing for this, and all of a sudden I'm getting a lot of seedlings. You guys see that? Also, this right here is stinging nettle. If you guys know anything about stinging nettle is not just for drinking tea. Stinging nettle is also, you can eat it like spinach. So I grow the stinging nettle so I can actually eat it like spinach. And I noticed that it's getting a little bit more seeds, and that's exactly what I need. So I plant stinging nettle and I eat it like spinach. Okay, so it gets down to this eggplant. Look at that beautiful, it's heavy. It's heavy. This eggplant is pretty heavy. Wow, this is beautiful. I have a very small garden. It's uno, and I plant in pots. So I'm grateful to see that I have, at least one on this one. At least one. So, and it's heavy. This is pretty heavy. I can feel it. So I'm going to cook this today with one of my vegan pots. I'm definitely going to cook it. Well, no, I can't take. It's not ripe yet. Whoop, it got a little bit more to go. But I think it's just beautiful, So, and then I still have banana plants from last year. Banana plants is still growing up. I could have made the soil better. So I learned from this year about my soil, and I'm gonna go into winter. So in the winter, I'm gonna kind of revamp some of the soils now that I know how to take care of my soil. Look at this big old bumble. You guys see that? Bumblebee over there. Nature. Eating from my garden. Look at that. And also propagate, harmonizing it. So that's good. Whoa. Whoa, it's in front of me. Whoa. Whoa. Just don't touch me. It's going around harmonizing the food. And that's good. It's going around harmonizing the food. All right, guys. And then we also have some more lemon balm over here. I also have a front garden in the front of my house, so let me take you to the front where the herbs are. So I'm gonna walk through the house, and I'm gonna actually go to the front of the garden. My doggy's over here. Hey boy. All right, so guys, give me a second. Move, Fuzzy Wuzzy. Move, move, move. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the front of the house so you guys can see the front where all the herbs, where I pick the herbs and harvest the herbs. Stay pup. Okay. Whew. Now the front of the house is where most of the sun is. Okay. Stay. The front of the house is where most of my sun is. And this is the front. So over here we have most of the garden. So I think I need to water these lemongrass. I picked from these lemongrass a lot. I picked a lot of lemongrass. I'm about to harvest some lemongrass, and then we have some thyme that's there. There is a key. This is a key lime that I propagate. So hopefully next year we will get some lemon from this one. So I propagate it. As you can see, I bring it back to life, and then yeah. So I'm gonna harvest some lemongrass that I have, and seems like there's a bunch of tree that is growing over here. I don't want no tree to be growing. To harvest, get all these bush, all these weed that's around my plants. Yeah, I hate that. The weed. All over. So I need to water this area. A lot of sun. And I need to water these area in the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video because I have to water them. They need water bad. But I wanted to show you guys, this was a Meyer lemon that was trying to die, and I kind of save it so it's not down on the roots. So I water it every day. So what I'm gonna do is put it in a different pot. So as you can see, it's just right there, and it's just propagating itself, bringing itself back to life. I thought it was dead, and then as you can see right here, I could have swear it died. So I threw away the other one, and one day I got up and I was fertilizing it, and I looked at it, and the root was like, I'm still alive, and it started just rooting back up from down here, even though right here died. So that was a good thing. The rose also died on me, and I brought it back to life. My rosemary is over there, and this is some lavender right here. When I pick it, it gives me life. But I drink some of this as tea. And this is lemongrass. Last year I got a good lemongrass. I don't know how much I'm gonna get this year because I sell lemongrass all year long. The sun has been a real thing for me this year, but I'm gonna go ahead and water the lemongrass. I have around four big branches of lemongrass, and I harvest them. I dry. Good morning. I harvest the lemongrass, I dry them, and then I bring them in the apothecary. So people actually buy the lemongrass. So yeah, this is what's going on in the herbal garden. And then of course, I have some citronella. So what I do with the citronella, when the weather is dying down, I take the citronella and I cut them, and then I make citronella soap and citronella lotion. So I also harvest that. Now this is my pride and joy in the front of the garden with the herbal garden this year. This is a weird mint, and I noticed that it's giving me seeds already. If you guys know about this mint, when I grew it, I didn't know, and I drank it. It's just amazing. The scent of this is just totally. I will put this up online so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna drink some tea, but it seems like it's giving me some seeds. Or is this flower? I think this is so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful, guys? I think it's amazing. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video. Thanks for stopping by. Um, Vicky, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you stopping by, Vicky. I'm still learning on how to use the chat. So that's the main thing I'm trying to learn. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some of this lemongrass, and I'm going to go ahead and make myself some lemongrass with some peppermint. This is a wild mint. And if you guys know anything about this, let me know. I am growing the seedling. It's very organic. I decided to put this one in the earth, and I'm going to go ahead and let this go down to seed, and then we'll have more for next year. Bye, guys. See you guys later. Thanks for stopping by.